victory against that impressive Portuguese side that we've just seen prevail against Tonga. It took a couple of their experienced heads, Vincent Onyala and Anthony Amondi, to keep them in it, but it was the debutant Chrysant Ojwang who stole the show and stole the match right at the death with a try on debut. Carlos Ricardo Santos will know the Shuja oh so well from his days and their days in years gone by on the HSBC Sevens. Georgia, they've never been a core nation. In fact, their last appearance on the HSBC Sevens was in Edinburgh in 2009, 15 years ago. It was defeat in the Shield semi-final to the USA back in the day when we had Shields. Kenya set upon the Georgians, who decide to play. Chichinadze there, yellow card in that opener. Big performance required from him. Kekishvili on the other end of the chain. Smarter start, sharper hands from the Georgians. Matiashvili taking it to the floor and presenting for a quick recycle. Gehadze. Oh, Georgia stripped in the tackle. 1-0 Kenya in the early physical duel.
Bind. Set.
6 meaty men impressing their strength upon each other, but it's Kenya who come away with the clean ball. They go dancing through Dennis Abukuse.
No.
Back in the side, having missed a bite. Yellow card in the first match. John Okoth stops, starts, goes again. Just gets dragged down by a bootlace and he's isolated. Well, the tap taken quickly by Chuadze. Georgi Chuadze feeding Chinchinadze. Oh, the burst down the right edge, and off goes Nicolas Rekiashvili, whose long limber levers spin and reach, and Georgia have their try to open this match. The combination of strength, speed, and awareness of just where he needed to dot down was enough for the 26-year-old and his first score of his trip to South America. Soso Matiashvili, most experienced member of the team. Over 150 points in Georgian Sevens colours. And the Georgians are looking to hassle and harry this Kenya side, who are missing Patrick Adongo. 11 tries he provided in Dubai. They'll have to find a way to generate those scores without him. Some slightly slicker passing would help that cause. Abakuse is forced to spin and then gets embroiled with 2 white jerseys. Great strength through the contact, but the counter-rucking comes and the Georgian jerseys set upon the ball. Chihadze, he's then stolen from pilfering paws, both Kenyan and Georgian. And from the 5-meter line, the Shuja boom the ball and they spin Matiashvili, who's all alone there, surrounded by reds. It's got to be a side entry, surely, from Irakili Simsive.
No four.
But the Kenyans regain possession. It's a fractured field. Scrambled defences. John Okoth can't wriggle free of Chihadze.
First man.
And Georgia somehow managed to defend not just their line, but their 22. No way through for the Kenyans.
White ball.
Outstanding work from the captain.
Just continue doing the boot formation. Let's go. Let's go, White. Ground. Bind. Set. Hold. Hold here. There we go.
Matiashvili safely delivers the ball. Chitinadze. One more to the edge. Kekviashvili looks troublesome if he can break free. Matiashvili decides not to pass to anyone, instead gets himself behind all of his fellow teammates and then gets himself wrapped in the tentacles of the Kenyans. A more called John Okoth sees the ball ricochet off that large chest of his, and this is free and loose and frenetic. Chichinadze doesn't have the accuracy to release Kekviashvili.
No more quickly throw. Red, you have an option. Have option. Is screen right here or line out? Screen call. Knock on. Screen call.
Well, it's an exciting contest, I think. But it's certainly lacking a bit of quality. There's an openness. And there is that heightened sense of opportunity.
Do you have a subs?
But certainly,
Can I play? Let's go,
a
guys.
team like Kenya, with the
Let's go, please.
personnel they have, the experiences that they live together, at the very highest heights of the game, on the HSBC sevens, you would expect, you demand a
Who go out?
degree more of composure.
Time back on. Cross. Bind. Set. Stay. That's good.
Nigel Amaitsa bounces off the left, straightens up. Good first clear out. Off the shins. Hacked forward by Wakesa. And again, that absence of quality robbing the game of any true rhythm. Sabah Shvadze, who received a red card
Hold for the ball in.
in Dubai
There you go.
for
Crouch.
a late high shot
Bind.
on Cristobal Game in the quarterfinal against Chile. Onto the field, he was absolutely distraught by receiving the red in his nation's colours, the young man. But here, looking to make a positive change against the men in red. Wow, that's an intelligent ball. And guess who? Sabah Shvadze racing on to the kindest of bounces, but the most brilliant of pieces of vision. This time, It's a challenger moment to remember. And Sabah Chvadze. And the boots of Sergei Chihadze stretches this lead and makes the halftime huddle all that more confident and buoyant. Because halftime here, and it's Kenya 0, Georgia 12. Seven minutes for Georgia to navigate. Seven minutes for them to see through and register their first victory down here in South America. Great to see the Friday after work, after school crowd clustered together on that far side. It'll be a busier old stadium come the weekend. Famous venue this, the Estadio Charrúa. Celebrating 40 years in existence. It's hosted some famous pop stars, some famous footballers. And this weekend, some of the finest 7 players in the emerging scene. Kenya, well, they've been fan favourites for what feels like forever. Former Singapore Sevens winners. One of the 2 remaining legs of the HSBC Sevens this year, but it feels a long way away, just as the prospect of victory does here against Georgia. Trailing by 12.
Scrum call, red ball.
A call for the scrum from the penalty.
Time is up. We'll have a subs.
Samuel Asati.
And number 1 wild.
Irakli Simsiva.
Number 5.
The former Georgian 20s player heads off. And the arrival of another man who's worn 20s and 18s colours. 20-year-old David Imnadze. Georgia haven't shied away from cycling their bench. They've not just brought 7 good players, they've brought a squad of 12 that they're backing to interlink and produce the goods between them. Well, bogged down on this piece of turf here. Normally, there'd be a groundsman somewhere looking for a lie down in a dark room, but given the artificial nature of the pitch, I think we can be comfortable in the fact that the repeated scrums won't have an effect. Big switch offered, big pace, and big meters as well. Front foot momentum for Kenya. Can't find a way through Dennis Abakuse. John Okoth offering size but losing his footing. So it doesn't get ahead of pace.
Good turnover.
Good turnover, the call. Georgi Chouadze right in the thick of things, and Georgia growing into this game with every positive intervention. Some room spotted, some pace injected. The try scorer, Archvadze, making a nuisance of himself, and it's desperate work from Anthony Amondi. Well, this time, it's the Georgians spinning on their heels, and it's the Kenyans in hot pursuit. Kevin Wakesa, his footballing skills stand up to the examination. Defenders everywhere. Kenyans looking to plummet through holes. Nice footwork from Vincent Onyala, but not quite good enough. Back to where we were. Halfway line. Kenya looking for an opening. Switch from Wakesa. Really well read by Imnadze. And again, the turnover good, but Imnadze undoes all the good work
Respect the mark.
by flying in from the side. A lung-busting passage and some ribs opened up for a tickle.
Knock on by Red.
And the knock-on comes.
Time is up. We'll have us up. Number 10 and 22. Which color, please? Red.
Kenya at the moment looking bereft of ideas in terms of breaking down this Georgian defence. Georgi Jabava, who got the only points against Tonga,
Yes? Okay, guys,
comes onto
please,
the
one
field.
One out.
Romani
One out, please.
Makatadze is also one wearing 12.
The ball.
His motto, don't be afraid to make a mistake. Well,
There we go.
leading by 12, they've got a little room for error.
Time back on.
It's Kenya who need to be almost flawless from this point in, but they also need possession.
Set. Hold here.
Archvadze has changed the tone of this match from half-back. That's really sparky. The young Georgian half-back, and David Imnadze has sparked into life. He races away. He's fouled momentarily. He rises. He leaps. He sees it clearly now. Victory in the Georgian sights against the champions of Dubai. No chance of the conversion, timed out, and it's a shame because it was a sweet strike in a hurry. David Imnadze, he may have just put this game beyond Kenya. And one must doff the cap to Bezik Kamashuridze. He has cycled his bench with confidence, great confidence.
Backwards by Red. Then it's a wide
And they've
ball.
delivered. He's altered the blend. It's been a shape-shifting performance from the Georgians.
Red here.
And it's one
Right here.
that's left the Kenyans chasing shadows and also unable to see the light from the dark when attacking themselves. Archvadze, very much the catalyst. The game is won. Kenya are just looking for a positive to take back to the hotel tonight. 17-0 they trade. They look to wriggle free through Ambatesa, who runs out of room. And Kenya have run out of time. Final play incoming. The embraces, the shattered faces, they tell you everything about the commitment and also the emotional significance that this victory means to Georgia. The lineup goes awry. Kenya have the advantage. And that really quite sums up the Shuja's roar. A whimper on day one, a laboured victory against Portugal, and they're just desserts served Tbilisi style by the Georgians in the second match. Full-time